All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a closer look at the Black & Decker 53,000 BTU pool heat pump. Let's get started. All right, heading into the pool area. And it's a fairly windy day, so if you hear some noise on my microphone, I apologize for that. Here's the Black & Decker pool heat pump. We've had this installed since mid-summer, and it's worked out really well. I want to thank my friends over at Pool Parts To Go for sending this my way to install, review, and ultimately enjoy. It's really been a game changer for our 21-foot pool. This is 53,000 BTUs, and it's perfect for the size of our pool. You also want to size your heat pump accordingly to your pool size. You don't want to go too big or too small. As of this video, the cost of this heat pump has dropped about $1,000, which is really incredible. When they sent this to me, this was about $2,500. But I checked today, $1,600 for this pool heat pump, which is really affordable. I'm not sure if it has to do with tariffs and everything that's going on. It's a great price. And if you're interested in a pool heat pump, definitely check out Pool Parts To Go. Now, if you never heard of Black & Decker as a pool company making pool heat pumps and variable speed pool pumps and so forth, don't be concerned. It's really a Blue Torrent system. Blue Torrent makes this heat pump, and it's relabeled to be sold as a Black & Decker, probably as a custom brand for Pool Parts To Go and any other company that wants to sell under Black & Decker. So let's go ahead and talk about some specs with this pool heat pump system. Again, it's a 53,000 BTU system. It works with both fresh and saltwater pools. It's for above ground and in-ground pools, and it's basically moving the heat energy in the air and transferring that into the pool water. Now, some other notable features on this heat pump system is it comes with a 1-year warranty, has a nice control system, very simple to use. You basically can set your temperature you want it at. You set a timer for when you want to turn on, turn off, and that's it. It's set and forget. The heat pump system requires 240 service and uses a 16 amp breaker at minimum. Most people are going to install this with a 20 amp breaker. Pool Parts To Go shipped this via freight. That's the standard shipping for this. No issues at all, no damage. It was well received. So we have Black & Decker throughout here with the heat pump as well as our pool filter, which was also sent by Pool Parts To Go. And then we have a variable speed pool pump, which I purchased 2 years ago. And I have an extensive review of this pool pump, including all of the energy consumption and how it runs. All right, so you're probably thinking, yeah, this is a pretty cool setup, heat pump for the pool. But what's the real cost here for running this? How much energy does it use, and what's the cost of that energy? So we run the pool heat pump for 10 hours a day. Each hour of the day requires 2.3 kilowatts of energy. So at 10 hours, we're using 23 kilowatts of power. Our main power source for the pool heat pump is the off-grid shed. This is obviously powered by solar. We also have a 25 kilowatt battery bank. Now, this is about 4 kilowatts of solar. We have some temporary solar set up on the fence line here, about 1,800 watts, and there's 1,900 watts up here. This time of year in the fall, we're producing about 3,300 watts, 3.3 kilowatts on a sunny day per hour. So we can yield about 27 kilowatts of power. If you're gonna run this system off solar, you definitely need more solar and more power than roughly a 4 kilowatt system. I just set this up to test things out. I have all these panels here. Actually, I had 24 of these panels I picked up on sale for $250. Now, if you didn't have solar, what would this cost? Well, our energy costs here in Northwest Vermont, we pay about 20 cents a kilowatt hour. And again, we're running this 10 hours a day at 2.3 kilowatts, 23 kilowatts. So 23 kilowatts times 20 cents would be $4.60 a day to heat the pool. All right, so our setup is probably a little bit different from the normal setup. Obviously, we have the off-grid shed here, battery banks, solar. What's really nice about heating your pool with electric heat pump is the consistency you achieve every day having that pool at roughly 84 degrees. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the pool temperature right now. We got the duck right here. Pull him out. And we are, you can see that, 82 degrees. We have cool nights here. It's been down in the high 40s and low 50s. You run your pool heat pump. It's really important to use a cover to help keep that heat in at night. And then the pool heat pump runs during the day, and your temperatures stay pretty consistent. So that's a brief overview of the pool heat pump system by Black & Decker. Let's go ahead now and take a look at some of the installation footage of the project. All right, just got the 4 pavers down. Pretty easy setup here. Just place those on top of the gravel. You can see what I dug out before. If it moves a little bit, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we just need to put the heat pump on top of that and start wiring and plumbing it up. Got the heat pump on the pad. It's looking pretty good. It's a nice looking unit. Inside there, fan. These little marks right here, I actually did these. So when I was grabbing it, moving it from here to there, you know, I pressed against here. If you do that, you're gonna be hitting these little fins. So it's not a big deal. You can actually go in with a screwdriver and just kind of push them all back. I may do that, but you just be careful. You're installing one of these, you wanna grab it from the top. You don't want to crush your fins. I did there, and there's one on the other side. I think, yeah, one over there. All right, just took the cover off the front. There's 4 screws around the top, 2 on the bottom, and then I just lifted this off, just offset it a little bit. It's kind of heavy with the fan, but I just needed to get this front cover off. All right, so I removed 2 screws, 1, 2 right here. This plate just folds down, and you can see all the goodies in here. And again, I'm looking for this ground screw right here. This is from my bond down here. My number 8 is going to go there. And then my other 2 wires, my 2 hots, red and black, and then my regular ground wire, which will go back to the circuit. So I'll have everything grounded and bonded and hooked up here. All right, so I got everything hooked up here. Got my 2 hots, black, red, my ground, and then my bond over here. I use loops now all my wiring, so I like to leave a little bit extra in case I have to move this or just need a little extra wire. And that's my current practice, just leaving a loop everywhere on every connection now. Here's one last look at the electrical going from the heat pump to the pull box. Just want to mention that this flex right here is actually ready to go underground. So that was wicked cool. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I actually looked at the flex. There's writing here, it says you can use it underground. So only in the USA you can do that, where it's rated for that. So here's a final look at the pull box for the heat pump. You can see I have my ground bar installed right here. I have all my grounds coming in. Here's my bond. It's number 8 there going down. I've got a split bolt right there connecting to my existing ground. Just ready to button this up, put the panel on, and put the screw on. So it's all set. This came out really nice. Got lots of room to work in here. You know, I think it's pretty neat. I like to use my loops. That works out really well. And I just want to point out that there is a bonding lug right here if you want to bond outside of the heat pump. If you don't want to run your bond, your ground bond through conduit, you can just do it out here. All Alright guys, so in the next part of the video, I went ahead and started with the plumbing aspects of hooking the pool heat pump into the pool. And I did try out a couple different systems, but I ended up just going real simple in the end because I had some leaks and I ran into some issues with some fittings. And if there's any pressure on these types of fittings here, where they're quick connect couplers, it's going to leak. So next year, I'll probably go ahead and hook up this bypass again. But in the meantime, I just went ahead and went in and out of the pool. The directions from Black & Decker state that as long as your gallons per minute are under 75, a bypass is not required. Been running for about 5 minutes. The pool is about 77 degrees. If I put my hand in here by the jet, it's really nice warm water coming out. So I'm not sure what the heat pump is set to right now. We're gonna figure that all out, but boy, it is nice. All right, so we get it all set up here. I'll just talk you through it. This light on right now is for heating. You just basically set the heat you want. We have it set for 85 degrees. The pool's about 77 right now. It's about 10 of noon, and we're gonna have this running to about 5:30. It's gonna turn on at 7:30. We run our pool pump from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Black & Decker recommends that you run your heat pump an hour after your pool pump turns on and an hour before your pool pump turns off. It's real easy to set things up. First thing you have to do is set your time. So you turn it on, and then you set your time and up and down to get your time of day. Then you have timer 1, this is when it turns on. Timer 2 is when it turns off. And then you can always turn off the heat pump by pressing the off on button too. And it just shut off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back on because this thing is pretty amazing. It sounds like a traditional outside, ducted air pump here. When the compressor kicks on, it sounds like an air conditioner here. Again, it's kicking out a ton of air. I got a paper bag here. I'll show you how much air it's kicking out. So see.
2 days later.
All right, just checked the pool temperature, and it's about 85 degrees. So it took like 2 days for it to come up to temperature, which is normal. It takes a little bit longer on the heat pump. Plus, we've had some pretty cool nights here. It's been in the high 50s each morning you wake up. We've been covering the pool. But I got home from work today. I was just like, put my hand in here. Oh, it's like bath water. It's awesome. It is just so warm. Right now, the temperature outside, it's like 72 and the pool is 85. So pool heat pump is maintaining temperature. It's keeping everything up to where it should be. It's running during the day. It's running 10 hours out of the day, and it's running in conjunction with our variable speed pool pump and system from Black & Decker. So if you're curious about the power system here in the off-grid shed, here's a brief look. I need to do a video on this. I'm almost done. I'm like one USB cable going to Smart Shut to finishing the system, and that's going to happen tonight. But so this is a little preview. If you follow my channel because of renewable energy, here's my new power system. EG4 6000 XP inverter. I got a nice wireway there. Everything's laid out nice, and it's come out pretty well. Really happy with it. We're basically powered by lithium batteries here. JK BMSs. I got a version 15 and a 19 down here. About 540 hours of battery capacity at it's a 48 volt system. I think it's like 51 point something volts nominal. Of course, I need to clean up the rack, put it back, and button this up. But for the most part, it's done. One USB cable to go, and I'm going to call it complete for the upgrades to the off-grid solar shed. So let's talk about some features that I really like about this system. This Black & Decker heat pump system is really simple to run. It's basically set and forget, and it has some easy controls. If our pool pump turns off, then the Black & Decker heat pump turns off within seconds. All right, so here are a couple things that I think could be improved on this pool heat pump system. Though I like the simple controls, I find it really hard to read the gauge. I can't tell the temperature nor the other time of day settings in the daylight. No problem at night, but it's really hard to read in full daylight. I believe my main concern with this unit is the protection for the heat coil fins. This screen here is really good for keeping grass out, but it serves no physical protection for objects. As you can see from my installation video, you have to be really careful when handling this heat pump unit because the fins do bend. If someone, kicks a soccer ball or brushes against this, you're going to end up bending the fins. And when you bend any fins, it's going to decrease your efficiency for the coil. All right, guys, going to go ahead and finish up the video now. This is a basic overview, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you if you're interested in purchasing a pool heat pump, especially a Black & Decker or Blue Torrent system. All right, guys, our Black & Decker pool heat pump has been a wonderful addition to the pool, helping to extend the season into the fall, as well as keep a really consistent temperature throughout the entire summer. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Come on back for more videos. Take care and have a great day.